April 7th is going to be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. We are not saying this. Launching a scathing attack on Iran, U.S. President Donald Trump threatened the leadership with this line. Trump's threat comes after the U.S. successfully rescued 2 of its troops from inside Iran after an F-15 E-Strike Eagle fighter jet was shot down in Iran on April 3rd. Earlier, on April 4th, while the U.S. forces were in the middle of a rescue operation for their service members, Donald Trump reminded Tehran that time was running out for them, as his 10-day deadline to make a deal or open up the Hormuz Strait ends on April 6th. Reaffirming his own statement, Trump on April 5th again warned Iran, saying, "Open the fucking strait or you'll be living in hell," addressing them as crazy bastards and showing his rage. Challenging Trump's narrative of the rescue operation, on April 5th, the IRGC claimed that it had destroyed several U.S. aircraft during the search and rescue operation, including a C-130 military transport plane, along with 2 Black Hawk helicopters. In a video address, the IRGC spokesperson lambasted Trump over waging psychological warfare and accused him of not accepting the defeat.
The so-called rescue operation by the U.S. military, which was actually a deception and a hasty escape under the pretext of rescuing the pilot of their downed aircraft at an abandoned airfield in southern Isfahan, ended in complete failure due to the timely presence of the armed forces of the Islamic Republic of Iran. According to previous information and further investigations by experts present at the scene, it was determined that 2 U.S. military C-130 transport aircraft and 2 Black Hawk helicopters were destroyed by the fulfillment of God's promise, the help of the Almighty, and the holy wrath of the Army of Islam and the powerful armed forces. This action further increased the level of repeated failures suffered by the U.S. military. It has become clear to everyone that the cowardly and bankrupt U.S. military in this imposed war is not considered a dominant or superior force in the face of the divine will of the armed forces of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Following this proud and victorious operation, the defeated U.S. president, in a state of panic and with lies, is trying through psychological warfare to escape the scene of defeat, and as before continues his nonsense and blame shifting. Even though the reality on the ground itself demonstrates the upper hand of the powerful armed forces of the Islamic Republic of Iran.
Now, what happens in Iran on April 7th, I guess we will get to know on the same day. But that further escalation will deepen the global oil crisis is just beyond reasonable doubt. Until then, let's remind you what Trump said in his primetime address on the Iran war on April 1st.
Our objectives are very simple and clear. We are systematically dismantling the regime's ability to threaten America or project power outside of their borders. That means eliminating Iran's Navy, which is now absolutely destroyed, hurting their Air Force and their missile program at levels never seen before, and annihilating their defense industrial base. We've done all of it. Their Navy is gone. Their Air Force is gone. Their missiles are just about used up or beaten. Taken together, these actions will cripple Iran military, crush their ability to support terrorist proxies, and deny them the ability to build a nuclear bomb. Our armed forces have been extraordinary. There's never been anything like it militarily. Everyone is talking about it, and tonight I'm pleased to say that these core strategic objectives are nearing completion. As we celebrate this progress, we think especially of the 13 American warriors who have laid down their lives in this fight to prevent our children from ever having to face a nuclear Iran. Twice this past month, I have traveled to Dover Air Force Base, and it's been something. I wanted to be with those heroes as they return to American soil, and I was with them and their families, their parents, their wives, their husbands. We salute them, and now we must honor them by completing the mission for which they gave their lives. And every single one of the people, their loved ones said, "Please, sir, please finish the job." Every one of them. And we are going to finish the job, and we're going to finish it very fast. We're getting very close. I want to thank our allies in the Middle East, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE, Kuwait, and Bahrain. They've been great, and we will not let them get hurt or fail in any way, shape, or form. Many Americans have been concerned to see the recent rise in gasoline prices here at home. This short-term increase has been entirely the result of the Iranian regime launching deranged terror attacks against commercial oil tankers in neighboring countries that have nothing to do with the conflict. This is yet more proof that Iran can never be trusted with nuclear weapons. They will use them, and they will use them quickly. It would lead to decades of extortion, economic pain, and instability worse than we can ever imagine. The United States has never been better prepared economically to confront this threat. You all know that. We built the strongest economy in history. We're going through it right now, the strongest in history. In 1 year, we've taken a dead and crippled country. I hate to say that, but we were a dead and crippled country after the last administration and made it the hottest country anywhere in the world by far, with no inflation, record-setting investments coming into the United States, over $18 trillion, and the highest stock market ever, with 53 all-time record highs in just 1 year. It all positioned us to get rid of a cancer that has long simmered. It's known as the nuclear Iran, and they didn't know what was coming. They've never imagined it. Remember, because of our drill baby drill program, America has plenty of gas. We have so much gas. Under my leadership, we are #1 producer of oil and gas on the planet, without even discussing the millions of barrels that we're getting from Venezuela. Because of the Trump administration's policies, we produce more oil and gas than Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. Think of that, Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. And that number will soon be substantially higher than that. There's no country like us anywhere in the world, and we're in great shape for the future. The United States imports almost no oil through the Hormuz Strait and won't be taking any in the future. We don't need it. We haven't needed it, and we don't need it. We've beaten and completely decimated Iran. They are decimated, both militarily and economically and in every other way. And the countries of the world that do receive oil through the Hormuz Strait must take care of that passage. They must cherish it. They must grab it and cherish it. They can do it easily. We will be helpful, but they should take the lead in protecting the oil that they so desperately depend on. So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, we had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. #1, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have so much. And #2, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before. Should have done it with us, as we asked. Go to the Strait and just take it, protect it, use it for yourselves. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy. And in any event, when this conflict is over, the Strait will open up naturally. It'll just open up naturally. They're going to want to be able to sell oil because that's all they have to try and rebuild. It will resume the flowing, and the gas prices will rapidly come back down. Stock prices will rapidly go back up. They haven't come down very much, frankly. They came down a little bit, but they've had some very good days over the last couple of days. We've done actually much better than I thought, but we had to take that little journey to Iran to get rid of this horrible threat. With our historic tax cuts, where people are just now talking about receiving larger refunds than they ever thought possible, they are getting so much more money than they thought. That's from the great big beautiful bill. Our economy is strong and improving by the day, and it will soon be roaring back like never before. It will top the levels that it was a month ago. I've made clear from the beginning of Operation Epic Fury that we will continue until our objectives are fully achieved. Thanks to the progress we've made